Hey everybody, Motorpoet59 here. Well, I got up this morning, like I usually do, made myself a cup of coffee and sat down. Let's start check my Facebook and my YouTube and the news and see what's going on. And I can get Facebook to work and could get Instagram to work. And I thought, wow, something wrong with my phone. So I shut off my Wi-Fi thing. Sometimes I have to reset my Wi-Fi and everything will start working again. But it didn't. So I went to YouTube and it worked fine. And the Google worked, and all the other things attached to the Wi-Fi and the TV and everything worked. And I didn't know what was going on. I really didn't worry about it. I had some other things to do. And after a while, when my daughter and my wife got up, mentioned it to my wife, and our daughter came in and said, "Yeah, Facebook's down. That's why it's not working." And everybody thinks it's because of 60 Minutes last night. Well, I didn't watch 60 Minutes last night. I haven't watched 60 Minutes in 15 years. And she started telling me what had happened. And so I checked out a little bit of online stuff about it. And then here a while ago, it's in the evening now, I watched NBC News, their piece about it. And wow, a whistleblower from Facebook. Imagine that. And Facebook scrambling to cover their asses. I don't know what all will become of this, but I really honestly hope. I mean, they talked about the things that Facebook had been doing, how they changed the algorithm and parameters prior to the 2020 election, and then changed them back prior to January 6th, prior to the inauguration, and they manipulated public opinion and public outrage over the election and over what happened on January 6th. And they have the gall to say that Donald Trump had something to do with this, that this is somehow his fault. Facebook is a platform that I use often. I rarely talk about politics on Facebook anymore. I do use it because it has a lot of interesting history groups that I use that aren't, I mean, I'm sure they're monitored by Facebook, but they're not involved in the algorithms. They're just about railroad history, California history, whatever. History. I love history. And if you don't believe me, there's some of my history books. Facebook deserves to be punished. They deserve, their stock took a tumble, they deserve to lose money. I actually know a few conservatives who are invested in Facebook because it was a smart thing to do. They were making money hand over fist. They're not now. Are they going to crater over this? Absolutely not. Is the Democrat Congress going to do anything about this? Probably not. But is Facebook's image going to be tarnished among all the people who couldn't get up this morning and use Facebook? Yeah, I think it will be. I don't know what the long-term effects of it will be, but hopefully Facebook will change the way it uses its algorithms. Now, all of these social platforms, they have to use algorithms to sort through things. They have to. There just aren't enough people, real human beings, to take care of all that. YouTube, I've been on YouTube now I have my own channel now for right at 2 years, actually a little longer than 2 years. And when I was first getting going, and I'm sure if it's changed, it's probably gotten worse, that every minute 1 million videos are uploaded to YouTube. 1 million videos a minute around this worldwide. And I don't doubt it. Go to YouTube and there's nothing you can't find something about on there. There's just not enough people to cover that. I have had 2 run-ins with YouTube about videos that they took down because they didn't conform to their standards. I've appealed both of them. I won one of them and I lost the other. I still don't understand why I lost the second one because it was pretty much the same issue as the first one. I'm not going to get into it, but the way they told me, they wrote me a letter and said, this is the way this works. We have the algorithm program that flags things, and if someone appeals, then a person looks at it, reads it, and decides whether or not it should be put back up or remain taken down. And I don't blame them for doing stuff like that. It's like I said, and Facebook's no different. Facebook, I'm sure, has millions of posts every day, probably more than millions. They've got to figure out a way to take care of that. But hopefully they'll change the way they work their algorithms to keep things from us, to keep the numbers associated with specific post from going to everyone. Like I said, I just use it for history stuff anymore, and to push my videos, my YouTube videos. If they were to disappear, which they're not gonna happen, but if something happened and they said, all right, we're shutting YouTube or shutting Facebook down and you can't do anything anymore, whatever, I'd live without it. Over time, I have found that the videos, when I put the links to them up on Facebook, Facebook doesn't really help that much. I don't get a lot of views. My main channel, it helps, I think, a little bit more, but this channel would definitely rub their algorithm the wrong way. And I don't get, as anybody who watches this channel can see, I don't have a lot of subscribers and I don't get a lot of views. But I still like to voice my opinion and blow off steam. It's the only reason I keep this channel. But anyway, the whole Facebook thing, did it affect you? How do you feel about it? Do you think Facebook should be called on the carpet, or do you think they should change their algorithm? Let me know in the comments below. Shoot me an email at motopoet59@gmail.com. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell if you want to be notified of future content, and we'll see you all later.